boxing. Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, when Anthony Joshua, got beat up by Andy Ruiz, it was a ton of support. There were tons of, AJ can bounce back. And there also was the other side of the coin where a lot of people said, oh, AJ was done. AJ was finished. He can't bounce back from that. And, all I'm asking is, where's that same support for Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder? Why is the inconsistencies there? And I'm not just talking about from a UK standpoint. I get it. Because the UK is just doing what we done to Anthony Joshua to Deontay Wilder. Okay, I'm not disputing that. All right, I'm fair game. All right, I get it. I'm not gonna be on here and be hella biased or nothing like that. But I'm basically speaking to the American people out there that basically a lot of these dudes claim to be American. God bless America on a car bumper and stuff of that nature. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, that those words of encouragement, they don't translate like they did with Anthony Joshua. So let's talk about it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with your boy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And at the end of the day, when Anthony Joshua, took a butt whooping to Andy Ruiz, and everybody said, oh, AJ can come back. They made all these excuses for AJ. And AJ didn't make no excuses, okay? That's kind of one thing I said AJ got right and Wilder got wrong. Wilder made a ton of excuses after his loss. He should have just took it on the chops. And that's what, real ones do. But, hey, nobody is perfect. But there was tons of support for Anthony Joshua coming from America. And it's not the same support for Wilder. Everybody's saying Wilder done this, that, and the third. And I understand the fight was different, okay? Wilder didn't look good, but Tyson Fury said he did see the improvement in Wilder. Nobody talked about that though. You've seen a lot of reasons why, Wilder can't do this and Wilder can't bounce back. We said the same thing about AJ, and guess what? AJ surprised us, man. AJ, laid the blueprint on how Wilder can bounce back. And what I mean by that is, AJ didn't tear his team down, even though people say you should get rid of your team, which ain't a good thing. When it boiled down to it, in a matter of minutes, in a matter of months, it ain't a good thing for you to tear your team down and do it, and try to bring in somebody new, and get you together. It's just not enough time. But AJ delegated, and he brought somebody onto the team to be an extra set of eyes, like Vladimir Klitschko did. And Klitschko gave him some advice. He kind of mentored him, and that's what Deontay Wilder got to do. Reach out to Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, or reach out to Floyd or somebody like that, and see if they can help you, improve on what you need to do for the rematch. Because Fury gonna do the same thing he did. That's the blueprint on how to beat Wilder. Now Wilder kind of got to change a little bit. He can change a little bit. People acting like Wilder is an old 34. Wilder started boxing at 20. He ain't been doing this since he was 7 years old. Okay? He hasn't. And that's the God honest truth. So, guys like him and Errol Spence who came to the game, like Sergio Martinez when he was fighting, they still got a lot of room for growth. They not, an old dog where they can't learn new tricks. He can learn new tricks. And that's my humble opinion on it. But at the same time, he got to follow the AJ blueprint, bring a legend in, bring somebody. I mean, even Antonio Tarver, who was a technician, to help him, guide him through this turbulence and help him do some things that need to be a lot different in his camp. AJ came out here and he did it perfect to a T. But I don't understand where's the words of encouragement for Deontay Wilder. Wilder ain't never done nothing to nobody. AJ said some questionable things in the media. It contradicted itself, so did Wilder. But you know what the difference is? It's not black, it's not white, it's not red, it's not green, it's not Simpson yellow. The difference is this. And I said this a long time ago, a couple months ago, and people called me crazy. I said fan bases, boxing communities make you not like a particular person. And the other day, I kind of touched on it as well too, where people were going around in the hip hop and the rap community, these people that's not even of our culture, saying that Eminem wasn't a guest in hip hop. Eminem was the king of hip hop. And Eminem came out and said, "Well, I never said that. I am a guest in hip hop, and I'm not the king of rap." Who is the king of rap? And people, got sensitive to that. Right? They was very, very sensitive to that statement that people were saying, "Oh, Eminem the greatest, he the king, he ain't a guest." But guess what? Eminem never came out and said he was or wasn't a guest. But with his fan base and what people were saying rubbed some people the wrong way. So fans and media made certain people, the hip hop, historians and a lot of black people and some white people that grew up in hip hop, not like Eminem because of what fans said. And a lot of people don't like Wilder is because a certain box community or a certain set of fans that push him down his throat. But those people don't understand. They did the same thing with AJ. They do the same thing with Canelo. They do the same thing with Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? When people sit there and be biased and change the narrative when it's convenient for their fighter. So how can you be mad at the fighter? AJ, yeah, he didn't want the Wilder fight, right? He, people can make that claim. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Wilder, has some opportunities as well. At the same time, Errol Spence can make the Crawford fight at the snap of his thumbs. He didn't want to make that fight. We can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? About fights. Golovkin didn't want him to fight Andre Ward. Okay? Marvin Hagler said back in the day he didn't want to fight Mike McCullum. Like I said, ducking been part of boxing. Ain't nobody ever not ducked nobody for the most part in a long time. It's just not what the culture is built on. If you want to blame somebody for that, go back to blame Sugar Ray Leonard. He was one of the first. So I don't understand why people hate Wilder, and believe Wilder can't bounce back when some people believe AJ can bounce back. Wilder can bounce back as well too. Wilder could do some things different as well too. Now, does conventional wisdom tell you that he won't? Absolutely. Conventional wisdom told us that AJ wouldn't. But AJ shocked everybody and showed that he tough as nails and he was smarter than everybody else in the room. He was the smartest man in the room. He pushed all the right buttons. Now, Wilder got to prove the same. And if Wilder proved the same, he come back versus Tyson Fury, he cleaned some things up, then we got the biggest fight and probably, one of the biggest fights in heavyweight history between AJ and Wilder, and the O's don't matter. But don't get mad. Don't hate Wilder. Wilder ain't never done nothing. Wilder ain't never did nothing to disgrace the American or the black community. He ain't never did nothing. He ain't never said Donald Sterling. He took up for Donald Sterling or cap for Donald Trump or tap dance or been on no raccoon stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at Wilder and don't get discouraged at Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Because of his fan base, because of his fanboys. Because we could say the same thing about AJ, same thing about Canelo. You could say the same thing about a lot of fighters. The difference is people just emotionally attached to those fighters. And them fighters don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. Okay? If you was in the street down on your knuckles, they wouldn't even give you a cup of water. So stop with the emotional attachments. You don't know these fighters. Remember people said Tiger Woods, I want my kid to be like Tiger Woods. He ended up being one of the shittiest, slummiest people you can find on earth. So you don't know these people. But it ain't no reason why the encouragement shouldn't be there from a ton of people where Wilder can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? It's one loss. You know what I'm saying? And people believe AJ can do it. And I understand Andy Ruiz was the 15th, 10th best heavyweight and Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight. That's the biggest difference. But people saying Wilder done because he lost to the top heavyweight in the world. Wilder ain't got no skills. You don't make it to this far in boxing not having no skills. If Wilder ain't got no skill, you go out there and go 50-0 on this level. AJ not skilled as well. Neither. I keep telling people that, bro. AJ just look more fundamentally sound in textbook. But at the basis of boxing, when you talking about slipping, not getting hit, counter punching and doing stuff of that nature, he don't do shit on a consistent basis. He came to boxing late. He's still learning on the job. But you can't explain that to people because people can't see it from a non-biased point of view. But hey, that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video, Cash App, PayPal there. Other than that, let me know what you guys think, about, Wilder bouncing back. But hey, yeah, don't forget social media there. And just keep looking out for me. Hit the bell icon so you can get them notifications. Gang. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV.